So just
Mm-hmm.
let me know if you can see there are like slides, and the first slide is a accountability bootcamp. Yeah,
Yes.
great, awesome. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I've got everything set up here. Okay. Have you got something to write, like a notepad, notebook,
Yes.
something where you can take your notes, and something to drink? So if you're thirsty, you can just grab it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Right, great. So there will be like a section for questions. So if you have any questions as I go, just write them down, and you're more than welcome to ask them at the end. I know that you're at work at the moment, so I want to make sure that it's as quick as possible. But I'm gonna put all the juicy stuff here so you can get the most of this session. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, Ayla, if you know, but I've been working already with Michelle, and I think what you're gonna learn here is like you can actually do so much, and you can implement all those tools in your career, but also in your personal life. And at the end of today, there will be opportunity to work with me. I will introduce you to that opportunity, but I don't want you to feel any obligations, because my objective is for you to actually really get the most of it. So I always give that opportunity to people who wants to take their life to another level, and I assume that you're here because you want to improve and progress in your career or in your personal life. Okay. So
Thank you.
officially welcome, and I would like to welcome you in my accountability bootcamp. And today what we're gonna talk about is how to get things done on time without feeling overwhelmed. So after working with so many high achievers and go-getters, I've decided that I'm gonna create this session where I can actually introduce more than just one person, because I've been working with people one-on-one, and there are so many people out there who actually prefer to work in a community. So I just want you to give me a credit, because this is something which I'm trying, and there are sometimes technical issues and all of that, so just help me on this one. Okay. This is the progress for me, and I really
I'm
put
so
my heart.
impressed.
Pardon?
I'm so impressed. I know how far you've come.
It's and I put my heart into this session because honestly, so many people are struggle with feeling overwhelmed, and it's not as hard as you might think it is, because we're just creating this stuff in our head, which I'm gonna talk about today. So my goal is for you today to actually, after this session, be able to deal better with stress, so have less stress, more focus, and better results in your career or in your personal life. But I want also you to stay until the end, because I've got a little surprise for you. And if you truly want to stay till the end, and you want to take your life to another level, that session will help you. So I'm going to give you like a downloadable clarity guide, and you'll be able to basically go through that and become more clear on your current position, your current situation. But I want to make sure also that you're going to watch out for the distractions. There are so many distractions around us, and this strategy I'm sharing with you can really, really change your perception of things and change your life. So I don't want you to miss a single crucial thing. So please make a commitment and stay focused, okay? And if you can just do it for yourself, that'll be awesome. So close all Facebook, any emails, any cell phones you've got. I will make sure that it's going to be 60 minutes. Is it 60 minutes we've got? You okay with 60 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. So I want you to, have all complete
We're in the
attention.
conference room. We close the door.
Pardon?
We're in the conference room. We close the door.
Okay, perfect. Great. So you're probably wondering, and I know that Michelle knows a little bit about me, but you're probably wondering why I'm qualified to teach you on this topic. So I don't want to talk too much about myself, but just to give you a little bit of background. My name is Silvana Kozak, and since 2003, I'm specializing in international relations and cross-cultural communication. And I've been actually studying international relations, human behavior, productivity, effectiveness, communication, neuroscience. And as a result of that, I established my coaching and training business. So I also did my master's in management and international business. I'm international trainer of neurolinguistic programming and hypnotherapy, and also an international master practitioner of neurolinguistic programming, coaching, and timeline therapy. So I've got my thriving coaching business all over the world. I've got clients in United Kingdom, United States, Australia, Tokyo, Taiwan, Poland, and it's still expanding, which I'm really, really excited about. And I've been trained and mentored and coached by the best. So Adriana James, Bob Proctor, Brian Tracy, Michael Beckwith, Michelle Williams, Tony Panels, Lisa Nichols, Shao Osman, and many others. And these people are, from different industries, business, self-development, training, and etc. So I speak two languages. My accent is Polish, if you can hear, and I speak obviously English, and I've lived in Poland, London, and New York. So today I want to share with you a gold nuggets of the most powerful things that I've learned and applied and taught to my clients, to my students, which completely not only changed my life, but also their life. And these are just sort of like how can I say, pictures from the lifestyle I was able to create. And, I'm not saying that this is exactly what you want, but I want to share those few pictures with you to show you that it's possible. I was at some point in my life when, I felt like everything is up the hill and it's, impossible for me to achieve it. And when I apply those tools and this knowledge, which, I'm going to partially share with you today, it really helped me to travel the world, change my qualifications, find my passion, and connect with absolutely incredible people. So here are my clients. Michelle, you there? Can you see? Do you remember this picture?
That was at the abundance of motivating the masses.
Yeah, that's the one we took at the restaurant. And, all these clients, I mean, it just melts my heart to see the smiles on my clients' face, because every time when we work together, these tools are yours. So it's like, no one can take it away from you. And it's such a fulfilling moment when, I can see the spark in their eyes and they're just, take their life to another level. Now, I've done many things right, but I also have done many things wrong. And after doing it for 13 years, here are the few things which I discovered. And one of them is that successful and truly happy people have a secret formula. And also that to get results is quite simple. You actually okay with procrastinating. Procrastination can be a good thing, and you don't necessarily need to be a disciplined person to be successful. Also, all these secrets you can actually, and all these tools you can plug to any area of your life. So when you master those tools and great mindset in one area of your life, you can use those strategies in another area of your life. And I discovered it in a hard way, but today you get to cheat, and you get the easy way. How about that?
Yay.
Okay, so my hard way was basically I was constantly changing my jobs, and I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like I'm not good at anything I was doing. I've tried several different business ventures and collaborations. I wasted and invested a lot of time and money, and I constantly was comparing myself to others. I saw, my friends and classmates from university having their businesses, having thriving careers, and I felt, oh my God, I'm just somewhere nowhere. Or I was just doing great job and I was making decent money, but I didn't have this, like, internal passion, internal fulfillment from it. And also, the hard way for me was trying to figure everything out by myself. I thought, success is all about doing things by yourself. And that was a huge mistake, actually. So I spent also thousands of pounds, because I've lived in England for quite a while, on books, training, seminars, and workshops and courses. And I felt constantly overwhelmed, to the point when sometimes I actually put everything away because I felt it's not working. Now, today, I'm still spending and investing money in those trainings, workshops, and seminars, but I know where I'm going, and I've got this amazing clarity of why am I doing it. Now, today, I want you to get this simple way, which will save you lots of money and will basically, most importantly, save you your precious time. Does it sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So, like I said, for me, finding my passion was the biggest success for me, because I see so many people are doing their jobs or running their businesses and they really don't enjoy what they do. So for me, I just, as soon as I've realized, oh my God, I actually have my passion. I love what I do. I've started my own business, Location Free, and I was able to be coached and mentored by the best. And most importantly, I was able to create the lifestyle I love. I just felt, I really want to share that with other people. Now, my results are not typical. So I want to make sure that, I will talk you through specific steps, and I will share with you powerful ways to get more things done and improve your results, get rid of stress, and create the life you want. But my results are certainly not typical, and the average person who attends any trainings or webinars gets zero results. And I know, because I'm one of them.
Saranya, you dropped out for a second, right at the top of the slide.
Pardon?
You dropped out for a second right at the top of the slide when you started talking about it.
Oh, okay. So I was just saying that, the results are not typical here. So I will talk you through specific steps, and I will share with you powerful ways to get more things done, improve your results, and get rid of stress and create the life you want. But my results are certainly not typical, because the average person who attends any trainings or webinars gets zero results. Now, how I know that? Because I was one of them. However, I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for me. And today, you get that for free. So it's like, the value is huge for you, and you can really implement it straight away. And this is not for someone who is expecting, results without putting in any work, because you have to still put.
Not me.
Pardon?
That's not me.
Of course. And that's why I invited you for this session. Exactly. Right. So I just want you to, for a moment, imagine what your life will be like after you know how to get things done. So I'm sure you've got a different type of projects and tasks you're working on. And there might be some stuff you're working on and they're completely related to your personal life. Maybe there are some stuff which are related to your current projects at work. Great. So I want you to just think and imagine, how would that feel if you'd be able to complete this task, complete this project without feeling overwhelmed? Or can you see yourself being more productive and effective at work or in your business? Or maybe, going to the gym without forcing yourself, or improving your health without really forcing yourself. Can you see yourself doing that effortlessly and easily on a daily basis? Can you imagine yourself and your life being free from stress, from any pressure, from any disappointment? How would that feel to you? Can you hear your boss or your colleagues are like really rewarding you and approving you for what you've done and making you feel very accomplished? How would that feel to you? How would that sound to you? How would it feel like to have clarity and confidence in what do you do? at your work, at your position which you currently have, and enjoying it every single day. Can you feel that feeling now? Can you imagine always completing your projects easily and effortlessly? How would that help your career and business? Now, after this session, I'm promising you're gonna have more clarity about what's stopping you daily from getting things done, okay? And you will feel motivated to finally take action. So when I ask you questions, I want you to write it down. And obviously, because we're going quite fast here, just write down on a piece of paper whatever comes to your mind, because very often that's the most important, and that's the thing you should actually work on. So don't overthink that, okay? Just trust your unconscious mind. So I'm going to share with you today three secrets. And the first secret is there is a simple way to meet your deadlines. And the second secret is that you can get more things done in one day by applying those tools than you used to in 1 month. And the secret number 3 is you don't need to be a disciplined person to get the results you want. So let's move on to secret number 1. Now, people say it's hard and complicated to get things done, and I'm always busy. Now, it's hard because you're trying to do too many things at the same time. And very often you have more reasons and excuses why you can't do it. Then you actually like focusing so much on having those reasons, then you're forgetting about actually the results you're trying to accomplish. And then you allowing everything and everyone around you to distract you from what's most important to you right now. So it's not actually about doing everything right, it's about doing the right thing. And the more clear you are about what you want, the more likely you're about to achieve it. So I want to ask you this question. What is your goal? So is it losing weight and feeling sexy? Is it finding this Mr., and I'm not going to say Miss Right because I know there are 2 ladies there. So, or maybe working actually on your current relationship and taking it to another level, adding a little bit spark into it. Or maybe it's about taking your career to another level and getting promoted. Or actually it's about starting your new business, starting something which you've been thinking about for such a long time. Or maybe there is this very exciting thing you've got in your mind, this idea, and you want to bring it into your current job, and you've been thinking about it, but you're kind of procrastinating on like, I don't know if they're gonna accept it, I don't know if it's gonna work. Or maybe it's simply to feel energized and full of energy and vitality on a daily basis. Or maybe your goal is to feel fulfilled in your life. Now, also, there's another option. Maybe you just want to accomplish all of it. And when you think about it, you just want to scream and shout, and you're feeling overwhelmed because there's so many things you want to work on that you just don't know where to start from. And then what happens? Procrastinations enter your life. Now, what is it, procrastination? And what causes it? And how to overcome it? Well, first of all, procrastination is getting ready to get ready. It's like swimming in your comfort zone. So I want you to ask yourself right now and write it down, what specifically in your life you're getting ready to get ready. What is it? And write it down. You don't have to say it out loud. This is just for you, but just write it down. You can say it if you want.
You know what I was telling you about last night, my exam.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the exam. Okay. And Ayla?
Wow. So mine too is a certification that I'm working on. It is a book that I've been starting for about the past 5 years. My list could go on and on. So I'll stop there.
Okay. So you've got one thing. That's the most important. Okay. That's already good. Okay. Now, procrastination is, so when procrastination is happening, that's what you usually say to yourself. Someday I'm going to do it, or tomorrow, or maybe one day, or later, or you say, another day, or I'm not feeling right. So you're finding all these excuses. Now, this is the real problem. The real problem is the amount of information you need to process on a daily basis. The internal dialogue that you use constitutes suggestions which you give to the unconscious mind on a regular basis. So your point of view, evaluation of an external experience makes a difference as to what kind of suggestions you're giving to an unconscious mind. Now, we have about 2 million bits of information per second, which are coming through all channels, which is visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustatory, and olfactory. So you've got pictures, you've got sounds, you've got feelings, you've got smells, and you've got taste in the neurology of our nervous system. And human brain is capable of handling only 134 beats per second. Now, this is according to Hungarian biologist Makeli Csikszentmihalyi in a book, Flow. So Csikszentmihalyi says that the brain is capable of handling about 134 bits per second, yet we are bombarded by amazing 2 million plus bits per second of information. Now, I didn't really gather that, how much it is, until I was introduced this analogy of toothpicks. So I want you to imagine in your right hand that somebody is handing you a toothpick and you hold it. And they hand you another one and you hold it. And let's just say for a moment that they're handing you 134 toothpicks. And you can imagine you holding these, right? So, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So now imagine that they're handing you 134 toothpicks per second. So you can grab and hold 130 toothpicks, right? But imagine they're handing you 2 million toothpicks per second. And imagine that within these 2 million toothpicks, you have to grab 134 and put them in your left hand. So within 2 million bits of information per second that we receive, only about 134 of them are capable of being processed by the brain. Now, the brain is an information processing unit, which helps to create our internal representation, which is made up, like I said before, of visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustatory, olfactory, and auditory digital. So just to repeat, it's pictures, sounds, feelings, smell, taste, and self-talk. Now, in order to handle 134 bits per second of information, we human beings, what we do, we tend to group it, chunk it. So we chunk it in like a group of information into 7 plus minus 2 chunks of information. Now, 7 is a very magic number for the human's nervous system. Most people can't remember more than 7 of products category, for example, and this is a known fact, like a marketing fact. So 7 plus minus 2 chunks of information that we can handle consciously. It's a sort of like a very important number. Now, here is one of my clients, Janet. She's from Los Angeles, and she's got she's running her training and development company. And she said to me that she'd been having so much issues trying to bring together her knowledge and passion. And what she was able to accomplish after working with me is to align those two together. So this was something which she struggled for a long time, and now she knows the direction. She knows the direction which she needs to take to make things happen for herself. And for her, the huge step was to basically becoming clear on where she wants to be. So today I would like to encourage you and challenge you to become more clear. the more clear you are about what you want, the more likely you're about to achieve it. Okay. So how would your life look like if you were always clear about your next step? Now, I'm not saying you have to know the answer, but you just know you're confident in your decision. What do you need to do? How would your life look like? So just put it on a paper, just write it down. How would your life look like if you were always clear about your next step? And another question I've got for you is, what do you usually do to seek that clarity? Because this is another thing which I found, that people don't have this, high achievers very often, like they don't have this strategy to seek the clarity. So what are you currently doing to become clear when things are slightly, overwhelming and there's too much going on in your life? And just write it down on your piece of paper. And let's move on to secret number 2, that you can get more things done in one day by applying those tools than you used to be in a month. So it always takes ages, and that's what I've heard. That's why, I'm bringing it up. It always takes me ages to complete any tasks or projects. And the reason why is because we focus on what we don't want, and then we assume that it's not gonna work anyway. So instead of focusing on basically deadline and the end results, how about you're gonna focus on enjoying the process and how much you can actually learn from that process? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's another super important project or test. What is the worst thing that can happen if it's not gonna work? It's a learning process. It's right. So very often we so caught up in the end goal and like the achievement we're trying to accomplish that we actually forgetting about our strengths, forgetting what we've learned because we put so much pressure on ourselves. And also we overestimate what we can achieve within 1 year and we underestimate what we can accomplish within 3 years. So I want to encourage you to create a domino effect in your life. Most people think that successful people do everything right, which is not true. They just do the right thing. And 3 reasons why high achievers shouldn't try to do everything right is because, first of all, it costs you a lot of money. Imagine if you try to do everything right and try to get training in everything in your departments, at your work, right? So if you're trying to be accountant, if you're trying to be a manager, marketing person, it's impossible. And also it's a waste of time, because how can you enjoy it? You don't need to also reinvent the wheel. So if you're trying to, be successful in one area of your life, there's always someone else who is already doing it. So you need to find a blueprint and follow that. Now, let's look at life here. So the first question you need to ask yourself is which side of the equation you're on. Now, I see a lot of people, and this issue of cause and effect is very common. So the reason side is the effect side of the equation of your life. And the result side is the cause side of the equation. So if you're on the cause side of the equation, you say, yes, I created all the effects in my life and I'm responsible for everything that happened in my world. And you're basically doing something about it. So it's not like you blaming yourself, but you constantly doing something about it and taking it, to the next step, to another level. Now, if you're on the effect side, which is the side which most people are on, so the reason side, you say, yes, everything that happened to me, someone else did. I didn't do it myself, someone else did it to me. So let me ask you a question. Who's driving your bus? Who is in charge of your results you're producing? So when you think about those stuff which you haven't been accomplishing lately, or you've been working for such a long time and you feel like there are no results, are you driving the bus? Are you actually in charge of it? Are you in charge of those results? if you're on the cause of your life, you are the one who will produce the results. And if you're on the effect side, you will have lots of reasons why you didn't get what you wanted. Now, I'm not sure if you ever thought about it, but the effect, the reason side is not the best side to be on. And I'm sure, it feels different when you're on that uncomfortable, side of taking things to another level. But then the comfortable side can be very like how you feeling like stuck in one place. So today, stop making excuses for why can't you get it done, and start focusing on all the reasons why you must make it happen. So I want you to quickly on a piece of paper write all the reasons why you need to make this project, this one thing happen. Just write it down. Now, moving on, I've noticed after working with so many successful people and people who like really passionate but also ambitious about taking their health to another level, taking their relationship to another level, or simply their career to another level, that they're very confused about what success is. Like they follow someone else's definition of success. So I want you to define, what is your definition of success? You can put it as a general, for your life, but also you might just focus on your career. Some people have their career together, but they just purely want to focus on their health or relationship. So just write it down, what success means to you. And this is one of my favorites, what Steve Jobs said. He said, that's been one of my mantras: focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean, to make it simple, but it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. And I'm sure you know that Steve Jobs kind of moved few mountains. So success is actually built sequentially. It's one thing at a time. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this powerful result of domino effect. And this completely blew my mind when I was introduced to this philosophy. And here is Adam King. He's from London. He's an owner of Think Like a Fish. And basically, by applying those tools, which I'm sharing with you today, Adam said that he made a huge strides in such a short time that he never thought possible. And he removed all the barriers and thoughts that had held him back for years. And I mean, for him, it was like a magic. I mean, it's amazing how our brain works and how we can sometimes be stuck in one place where we're trying to figure it out. But as soon as, I kind of challenged him, but he also was open and committed to take it to another level, it felt like magic. I mean, it looked like magic. So I don't know if you would like to maybe experience that magic for yourself and your progress. Now, the secret number 3 is that you don't need to be a disciplined person to get results you want. And people who get results are not always disciplined. No one actually who is successful achieved that success alone. And also, for you, in order to achieve success in this specific area of your life you're working on at the moment, you need to have your tribe. So who is your tribe? Who is your support system around this specific project? Who is helping you, supporting you, holding you accountable? So it's one of the most prevalent myths of our culture, self-discipline. And there is no need to be more disciplined than you already are. All you need is to direct and manage it a little bit better. People believe that success is a marathon of disciplined actions, which is not true. Success is actually a short race. a sprint fueled by discipline just long enough for a habit to kick in and take over. So the best thing to do is to keep doing it for long enough and develop a habit of doing things which needs to be done. Now, to do so, we need just enough discipline. So when it comes to success and results, we almost always hear the words discipline and habit, right? And even though their meaning is different, they are creating a very solid foundation for achieving things in our life. And I'm sure you've heard it before, regularly working on something until it's regularly working for you, right? So when you train yourself to do things or act in a specific way, by sticking to it long enough, it will become routine. In other words, a habit. So when someone looks like a disciplined person, what they really are is a person who trained a handful of habits into their lives. So you can become successful with less discipline than you think. Now, how is it possible? So here's the challenge. You need to choose the right habit and then add to it enough discipline to establish it. As soon as you achieve it, it will become your daily behavior, which will make you look like you're a disciplined person. However, you won't be one. You will become someone who was able to use selected discipline to build a powerful habit. So let me share with you this amazing and my favorite example. Michael Phelps. He's the best example of selected discipline, and he's as you know, Olympic swimmer, and he's a great example of selected discipline based. And the reason why is because even though he was diagnosed with ADHD as a child, he was labeled by his kindergarten teacher as a not gifted, and he spent a lot of time on the side of the pool by the lifeguard stand for disruptive behavior. Now, by 2012, at the London Olympic Games, his total medal count was 22, and that made him the most decorated Olympian in any sport in history. So Michael's mom, she says that his ability to focus amazes her. And his coach since age 11, Bob Bauman, calls it like the strongest attribute. Now, how did it happen? So Phelps was able to transform from a boy who would never be able to focus to anything. How did he do that to, be able to achieve so much? So here's his blueprint. Michael Phelps became a person of selected discipline. So from age 14, he trained 7 days a week, 365 days a year. His strategy was simple. By training on Sundays, he got 52 training day advantage on the competition. So every day he spent up to 6 hours in the water. And Phelps basically channeled all of his energy into one discipline that developed into one habit, which was swimming daily. So the first major benefit from developing a right habit is quite obvious. It makes you achieve your desired goal, and most importantly, it simplifies your life. So as you know what you have to do well, and at the same time, you know what you don't. So your life becomes clearer and less complicated. By being disciplined at the right habit, you have a right to be less disciplined in the other areas. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And here is my favorite. So here's my lovely Michelle. And, when she's such a high achiever and go-getter. And what she said, she was constantly pushing to be the best. And Michelle, instead of me reading it, because you're here, how about you just share your experience when it comes to, you actually having things done and being able to see more clear where you're going next while we were working together?
Yeah, actually, I think that's why I called you or reached out to you is because my reaction time had was a little bit longer than I thought it should be. Before working with you, I know that I was really spread thin like a still glass of water. I was really trying to be everything to everybody, and I was sacrificing my quality of life, I guess.
Can you talk closer a little bit because I can? Yeah, sorry.
I went before we worked together. I was kind of like a spilled glass of water. I was doing a lot of things and trying to be everything to everyone, but I was sacrificing the things that I really felt like I wanted.
Yeah.
I was able to reconnect to my purpose and be more comfortable getting in the right state of mind. Because it was about, it's shifting from pleasing other people to pleasing myself, but knowing that because of who I am, I'll please other people anyway. So I don't
Yes.
have to focus on that. I can focus on being myself to the best of my ability and know that passion is going to manifest itself anyway. So I feel like it's really helped me to be much more transparent, like I was today. And I think I can recognize when I'm out of sync, so I can get back in sync. So I definitely resonates that you don't have to be perfect in everything if you focus on one thing. And
Yes.
I can definitely forgive myself better now for dropping other balls when I'm focusing on them.
And I mean, you add much more to your feedback and your testimonial, but I wanted to put the most important things here, which apply to actually having things done. And like you said, especially that you already accomplished so much in your career. There was a part of your life which you wanted to work on, but because you haven't for some time. That's what it's important to have someone holding you accountable, to have that support system around that goal, and also your focus, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm sitting here reading this going, dang, I really did come a long way. I think that I am so in my brilliance, there was a huge fear of acknowledging that I was truly smart. And avoiding my emotions. I don't do that anymore. Isla is my office mate, and I think she's probably seen more emotions.
Sorry, say it again. The last bit.
Isla is my office mate, and I'm sure she's seen more emotion, but it doesn't mean I've lost my focus. It just means I'm being a little bit more transparent.
I see. Okay, so you're saying that people can see the difference, feel the difference, yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. And I mean, for me, I could see your change like in an instant. Like your transformation and your progress was just amazing. Why? Is because you were so committed to that change. You were so when we worked together, like, the change was happening like from week to week, from day to day. It was just incredible. And like I said in the very beginning, all these things I'm sharing with you today, you can listen to it and do completely nothing about it, but you are so committed and you so wanted and were so clear about what is it that you want to change, what is it that you want to improve, that you made it happen. So let's talk about this domino effect I mentioned before. And I'm sure, so you saw this slide before, and this is, BJ Thornton said that every great change starts like a falling dominoes. So how to create a domino effect in your life? If you look at the picture, at this picture, each standing domino represents a small amount of potential energy, and the more you line up, the more potential energy you've accumulated. So lined up enough, and with a simple flick, you can start a chain reaction of surprising power. Now, that was proven by Wager's domino production in 2009. And I think that was in Netherlands, where they basically coordinated the world record domino fall by lining up more than 4.5 million dominoes in dazzling display. Now, in like 20 or over 20 years before, in 1983, Lorraine Whitehead discovered that domino falls could not only topple many things, they could also topple bigger things. So it's been proven that a single domino is capable of bringing down another domino, which is actually 50% larger. Now, let me show you that on this on this slide. I'm not sure if it's clear enough. I'm sorry if it's not clear enough, but I'm gonna, I don't know if you see the implication of this theory, but I'm gonna take you through this. So this is domino's geometric progression. Now, if we assume that the first domino is 2 inches tall, the 18th domino would be almost as tall as a leaning tower of Pisa, and the 23rd domino would be as tall as Eiffel Tower, and the 31st domino would loom over Mount Everest by almost 3,000 feet. Now, number 57 would bridge the distance between the Earth and the Moon. So remember, okay, getting extraordinary, when getting extraordinary, it's all about creating the domino effect in your life. All you need to do is to find the lead domino, the first domino, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you now close your eyes for just a few moments and imagine feeling sexy, feeling healthy, or imagine being promoted. Imagine taking your career to another level. Imagine starting maybe your own business, or having this ideal, perfect relationship with someone who you haven't met yet, or maybe who you already know, or maybe someone who you're already in relationship with, but you want to take it to another level and add a little bit more spark into it. How would that feel? How would it feel to maybe start your own business, or work on this exciting project, or having energy every single day to do what you truly want to do, or feel fulfilled? How would that feel? And let me ask you this question. This stuff is pretty cool, right? And we had some, pretty juicy stuff, ninja stuff over the last, I think 45 minutes it would be. Now, you can see how simple it is, right? And you can see that if you even simply put things on a paper, you know what is it that you're not doing, what you're supposed to be doing. And then you can simply see what is actually stopping you from having it done. However, I could add more strategies, and an hour is not enough for me to do it, or this last, 45 minutes, even if we spend the whole day, it's impossible for me to actually introduce you to all the strategies. But what I've noticed is that very often we don't get things done, we don't accomplish things, not because we are not capable of, it's because we don't have actually anyone who's holding us accountable. So my question to you is, how would you like to work with me? How would you like to have someone who actually on a weekly basis is holding you accountable? Would you like to hear a little bit more about how you could actually create that domino effect in your life?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is, we spent last hour, 45 minutes, and we've been talking about all those stuff I've told you about. Now, I created this program, Accountability Bootcamp, because like I said in the beginning, I've realized that, some of my clients, then they like to work with me one-on-one, and they, more comfortable in that environment. They want things sort of like tailor-made just for them. But some people, they really like community. So I've created this program, and I've got, this is what I would like to share with you. Okay. So another thing which I wanted to mention is about our old habits. The pressure we're putting on ourselves when you try to, practice new habits, you forget about the old habits, and the old habits die hard. Why? because you had them for such a long time. So that's why it takes time to create new habits. And actually, based on science, it's 21 days for you to create new habit. And the recent science says that it's actually 66 days. So when you do the right thing, it can liberate you from having to monitor everything. And the hard stuff become habits, and habits makes the hard stuff much easy. So as I promised you, we got clear a little bit here about what is stopping you to get things done on a daily basis. I hope you took notes. Did you take notes?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I'm sure you feel more motivated, and finally you're going to take action after today's session, so you can actually create this domino effect by developing the selected discipline. Now, this is what you're going to get. So I'm going to talk you through the accountability bootcamp, and these are like layers of information. Just bear in mind and stay with me until the end, so you know the big picture of it. Okay. And now you see the pound size, because I'm based in London, so I operate in pounds. But the total you will see in dollars, actually. So you will have an idea. And if you have any questions, just put them on a paper, write them down, and I answer them for you. Okay. So this is what you're going to get for your accountability bootcamp. It's a 4 weeks program, 30 days. Yeah. And 4 weeks accountability bootcamp is £1,000 of value. Then you're going to get weekly live coaching calls, group coaching calls. So there will be more people joining the program, and it's going to be and I would say very intimate group. It's not going to be more than 15 people. And we're going to be meeting online, so you don't have to actually leave your office or your home. Also, what you're going to get is a clarity call with me, which is 30 minutes. And that's going to be prior to the whole bootcamp starting in November. So that will actually prepare you to the whole program. And the total for that, if you add it up, it's in dollars, 2,630. Now, let me give you a little bit more idea here about the 4 weeks accountability bootcamp. So what are you going to learn? You will learn during those 4 weeks how to reprogram your brain, how to get rid of negative thoughts and bad habits, the power of conscious and unconscious mind, and also how to stop feeling overwhelmed in a few minutes using this powerful technique. So I'm going to actually teach you the technique, which we're going to be able to practice. And if you sort of like, on a daily basis with yourself, and also you're going to have someone holding you accountable to implement that practice of not feeling overwhelmed. And also you're going to learn daily rituals, which will change and charge your life. And I will share with you secrets of motivation and much more. Weekly live coaching calls, so they will hold you accountable and help you to measure your progress. You will be able to ask questions at the end of each call. And also, if there is something you want me to talk about, you'll be able to basically send me an email, and I'll able to basically add that to the session, to the weekly session. So I said, you're going to be able to share your progress and your challenges within the community. And also you'll be able to listen to other people's story, because, everyone has their own challenges. And I've been working with high achievers, not as just coaching them, but I'm part of like business masterminds, and I constantly, connect with people who already run very successful businesses, and listening to their story is extremely powerful. And of course, clarity call with me. So before you start accountability bootcamp, I will help you to get clear and make sure you're ready to go. Okay, so let's recap here. 4 weeks of accountability bootcamp you're gonna get, weekly live coaching calls with me, and clarity call with me. So this is the group calls and individual calls, and the total value is 2,630. Now I'm gonna add to it a bonus, which is accountability buddy. So what are you gonna get? You're gonna get someone who actually on a daily basis is gonna check in with you, and they're gonna make sure that you focus on that one task. Now, I didn't say that before. This whole month will be focused on this task you are working on. So if you think it's something related to your work, great. If it's something related to your health, great. What is important about this whole program is that there's no point jumping from one thing to another. When you develop this right habit over these 4 weeks, then you're able to apply it to any other area of your life. And the second bonus I'm going to add is a membership in a private group for high achievers. And this is a very private group. So this is not like it's going to be, anyone added to it, where you're going to be able actually on a daily basis just to have a conversation. So this is the second bonus. Let's add up everything. So we've got 4 weeks accountability bootcamp. We've got weekly live coaching calls, $8.99. We've got clarity call with me, $250, accountability buddy, and membership in private group for high achievers. So the total is $4,462. Okay. Now, I want you to think about it. If all this did for you, free you from stress, and if you felt like there is no stress, there is no pressure at work, would it be worth it? If all this did was help you to get clear and simplify and stay focused so you can get things done, would this be worth it to you? If all this did was give you support and help you to stay on the track, especially when you need it the most, would it be worth it? Now, when I was creating this program, I had two choices. The first option for me was to go cheap as possible, go as cheap as possible and try to sell it to as many people as possible. Now, Michelle, you know me, I love working with people one-on-one. I love, adding as much value as I can and making sure that you find that everything is clear. So that option was like, not really. It's always an option to create quantity over quality. But then I was like, no. The second option requires a little higher investment, but then I will be able to, give you more attention and also energy, but also make myself more available to you. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. What's your time worth to you? How much time do you think you spend feeling overwhelmed and you procrastinating? How many hours per day? So just write it down. How many hours per day you think this project, this thing which is sort of like bothering you, how many hours per day? Just put any number, whatever comes to mind. Okay? You wrote it down? Okay, cool. So let's do a simple math. And I wanted to simplify it because I didn't want to exaggerate anything, but this is a very bare minimum. So after, like I said, working with high achievers, this is what, they keep worrying, they keep feeling overwhelmed, they keep procrastinating. And this is what they told me, that the minimum was, and usually it was at least 3-4 hours, but let's do the math based on 2 hours per day. If you worry, procrastinate, or feeling overwhelmed 2 hours per day, per week it's 14 hours. Per month it's 60 hours. Per year it's 730 hours. So I want you to do your math.
You still there?
Yeah. So did you do your math?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's right at she's right there.
So just think about it. Like at the end of the day, money replenishes. So if you think about, you spend money and, you may be not necessarily happy with your purchase, or like money replenishes every month. Now your time doesn't, right? So I'm inviting you to invest in yourself, because when you change the way you think, you become clear, you develop the right habits and learn how to create this domino in your life. And no one will be able to take it away from you. So you can go there and spend thousands of pounds on courses, seminars, where you will learn new stuff. However, after the event is over, you'll be stuck. You'll be in the same spot. You won't be able, you won't have anyone who holds you accountable and help you to actually stay on the track. So that's why I'm inviting you to Accountability Bootcamp, because it will save you a bunch of time and money. So if you can have those hours back every year to put your focus and concentrate your attention on what you actually trying to create, what would that do for you? And write it down. I don't know what your number was. Let's say if it was 730, if you get this 730 extra hours per year and you had that spare time, what would that do for you? How would you spend it? Now, here is my other client. He's from Vermont, and he's the owner of like a hardware company. He's a partner in automotive business. And basically, he decided to try accountability coaching to see if it would help him to push him, to complete the tasks in a better time frame. So he was already making a great progress, but basically what he discovered that he was able to accomplish more in a shorter period of time. And he's improving every day, every week, every month. And basically he's very, he's got more time with his family after working with me, and he's much more effective in his business. Now, in addition to that, he said, he trusts me, and he really resonated with my authenticity and positivity. I know that it's sometimes important when you have your deadlines and you have to make things happen, but I like to keep things really joyful. And I mean, how many times, Michelle, we were giggling and laughing at our sessions, right? It was so much fun. And also I feel like sometimes it's not about really taking yourself too seriously, and actually having a little bit distance to the outcome, the end goal, and just enjoying the progress, the process. Now, my private client...
Accountability was very good.
Pardon?
You made me very accountable.
Yes, definitely. That's what it was about. Yes, exactly. Now, my private clients invest to work with me anything from just over $9,000. So this is for a longer period of time, and this is when someone works with me one-on-one. And as you can see, I showed you previous number of the whole thing for the general public, because this program will be available for a short time for a general public in about 2 weeks' time. Now it's an invite only. So the first process of enrolling people who's going to join Accountability Bootcamp is like I said, invitation only. So this is $199. So I think this is like $2,500. But because it's you, Michelle, and it's your friend, colleague, Ayla, I've got a very special deal for you, ladies. So this is how you can get started today. And for you to join Accountability Bootcamp for the whole 4 weeks is $365. So I'm gonna read the dollar price. Okay, yeah. And this is for you to join the whole program for 4 weeks. Okay. And on the top of it, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna also mention that knowing is completely different to doing, and that's what we forget about. Because I talk to many people and they say, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, I heard that before. But then they still complain and they still not doing it. So this 4 weeks will help you with doing actually what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Now, I'm going to also add bonus to it, which is basically weekly tasks that will keep you on track and focus at all times. I've got other people joining. So today, this session is ladies for you, but there will be other people joining. So I want to make sure that this bonus will be available only for the first 10 people. So like I said, if you want to get started now, oh, I'm sorry, I missed the link. It's supposed to be my website there. There will be the link you need to follow in a moment. And disposable income. So I want you to think about all these coffees at Starbucks you're having on a daily basis, all these little snacks you like to grab on a go. And if you add all this up, I mean, the investment of $365 doesn't really feel that big, right? Okay, now you have two choices. So the first option is to do nothing and not to take this leap of faith. Like, you can just basically take this information. Like I said in the very beginning, there's no commitment whatsoever. You've got the information and you basically can apply that by yourself, or just do completely nothing about it. Or the second option is to basically invest in yourself, in your progress, and take it to another level. Now, if it works, great. Now, if it's not going to work for you, then I'm happy to give you the money back. Not a problem. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? And is it actually worth it, this project, this thing you really want to have done, for you to invest your time and your money in it? And there are two tale of people. So I want you to ask yourself, which one of these two are you? Okay, and just answer for yourself. This is my other client. She's from Australia. She's a coach, health and wellness fitness coach, and she just basically experienced another breakthrough. And what was amazing about her, that after working with me, and we were working here one-on-one, so her coaching, she actually had this super powerful breakthrough session with me. And after working with me for 5 months, after 5 months, she actually could still feel changes, and she really improved other areas of her life. So let me show you what to do next. All you need to do is to follow this link, which is bit.ly/accountability bootcamp. And that will send you to the payment box. And then as soon as that goes through, I will have your email address, or you can leave your email address in a comment box here. Just add it to the chat, and then basically the next step you'll receive in your email. So let me recap here quickly. What are you gonna get for £365 for the 4 weeks? You're gonna get 4 weeks of accountability bootcamp, which is £1,000, so that's like $1,200. Weekly life coaching calls, clarity call with me, accountability buddy, membership in a private group for high achievers, weekly tasks that will keep you on track and focus at all times, and the whole total for it is $5,700. So this is the total for it, and you're getting it for £365. Okay, now I'm honestly nothing special. It's like the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I was like so amazed that I was able to accomplish these goals. I was able to create this life, which I truly love and enjoy. I'm currently in LA. I live in London. I travel the world, and I really wanted to share that with you. So it is possible. Okay. And also on the top of it, now, Michelle, I know you already had that session with me, but obviously things change. So if you decide to join Accountability Bootcamp today, I want to offer you a powerful one-on-one coaching session. So instead of having 30 minutes with me, you're going to actually have 1.5 hours with me. And what are we going to do? I'm going to basically help you to get clear. It's going to be more tailor-made towards what you know, what you want. And if for some reason you decide, you know what, I paid already for Accountability Bootcamp, but I feel like, maybe I want to work with you one-on-one, and you decide that, then obviously I will reimburse you for the Accountability Bootcamp, but that's not a problem. This is no obligation. You're getting that as a bonus, okay, on the top of it. So again, just to clarify everything and summarize, $365 today. We're going to start in November 7th. That's Monday. November 7th, that's Monday. And we're going to, that's where the first group call is going to start.
You have 3 more calls, right? That are scheduled, correct?
Pardon?
I picked the first day, but there were 3 appointments. So there are 3 options, I mean. So you're doing this 3 more times?
Oh, no. Okay. So this session as a call, as a accountability bootcamp and how to get things done session, I'll be running for next 3-4 weeks. So that's where I'm enrolling people to that program. I'm enrolling high achievers to that program. Now, when it comes to accountability bootcamp kickoff start, it's going to start on the 7th of November. And we're gonna have basically one time, and if you, for example, can't make the call, you're still gonna get a replay of that call. But other tasks and everything, I will tell you all the details as soon as you sign up. So all the details I will share with you. Yeah. So the way it works for you to be able to use that amazing price, you have to decide basically as like within next hour. So we've got 1:30 now. What time is it? 4:30?
Yeah, it's 4:30.
4:30. So you've got another 60 minutes to decide. All you need to do is to follow the link, and it's going to send you to PayPal link. If you have an account, great. If you don't have an account, then basically there is a guest option. If you have any question, just send me an email on yourcoach@sylvana.com. Let me put it in a chat box. Michelle, you know my email address, right? Yeah, but I'm gonna put it in a chat box. Let me just stop share. So you've got it. Let me just put that here. Okay, so it's yourcoach@sylvanakozak.com. Okay. So if you have any questions, this is where you can ask them. And if you're ready to go, 60 minutes, just you place the payment, and I will arrange with you clarity session either this week or next week, and that's where we go from. And the accountability bootcamp starts on the 7th of November.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And have you got any questions? Actually, if we've got like 5 more minutes. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them.
So with the calls, are they scheduled weekly?
Sorry, say it again, please.
The calls. So what time are the calls typically scheduled for?
So the calls, they're going to be scheduled so it works for you, because I know there might be some time differences, but they're going to be in the afternoon, evening.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, like I said, this program is tailor-made, and I've got some people who's going to be based on the East Coast, some people are going to be on the West Coast, some people are going to be in London. So I will make sure that it's going to fit to everyone's time, and there are going to be replays available. So like I said, it's not to worry. It's going to work. It's going to be one day of a group coaching calls, and then you're going to have a call with me. Any more questions?
No.
It was awesome. I needed the boost too. So I love the offer. And I appreciate the boost. I definitely need the clarity boost.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome to share with me your feedback. What was the most sort of like, what was the aha moments during this session? I mean, what do you think? What did you find the most beneficial? What did you like the most?
Honestly, the first thing that really caught my attention was just watch out for the distractions. how you established the atmosphere. Because a lot of times I know for me, being a mom of three, I'm constantly glued to my phone. But then the whole hour, I didn't even touch my phone and I didn't miss anything. So it's small little nuggets like that help me realize that I don't always have to be connected, or the world won't fall apart if I'm not there to reach out or respond within a really quick turnaround. So, and procrastination is a good thing.
Yes, I agree.
A good thing because I don't like to procrastinate, and because of that, I think that's where my stress level comes in. Because if I get something, I want to go ahead and give it my best attention, but I want to go ahead and get it done.
Yes. And so many people are struggling with procrastination, and they talk about it a lot, but they don't do anything about it. And that's why it's about, really changing your focus. And that's what I'm really excited to actually help you to understand, but also practice over those 4 weeks. So imagine if you were able to already experience that change, and you were able to implement it straight away within this last hour, and how your attention, your focus was different. So imagine what you'll be able to do actually within the next 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
If there are any more questions, let me know. If anything, just please contact me. If you committed, if you're ready to go, you've got another 57 minutes, and I'll take it from there. Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and well done for investing your time in, progress and creating the life you want. I'll speak to you later.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.